Here we go.
All right.
So, uh,
So this is gonna be interesting actually, seeing the FA teams because no, like whenever we see all the other teams play each other, they have been practicing together and having scrims, but all these people haven't really played and practiced together. So it's going to be interesting seeing all these players play singly by themselves. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be
How many
interesting
free
seeing.
agents do we actually have in the game? I
I
can see
don't.
like at least 4 right now, but I don't really know many of the free agents' names, so
Yeah, but even that, like all the single team players that are on teams,
yeah, yeah.
like I think this is like where some of the best Overwatch comes out with the best game sense, the best knowing how to work as a team. So,
Yeah, definitely.
hmm.
there we
Pretty
go.
just
Alright.
standard comp from I don't even know. We don't really have names for the teams, do we?
Well, on my end we
Yeah, for
have.
blue and red.
Well, on my end we have the team with Hawk is pink, and on the end of CM we have purple. Some pretty
Yeah, I
far
don't,
out
I
All
don't.
right,
colors.
red and blue and red. Got it. Okay.
They've changed the soldier for red, but I don't really know about the Moira pick because of the dive comp that they're going into. I think I would have preferred a Zenyatta, but we'll just see how it goes.
I
Oh,
mean, normally you would want to run a Mercy with dive, but I mean, Ana can be okay, but I just wouldn't say on this map because the giant the giant just archway blocking the choke. You can't really see where they would be diving to unless you just force your way through the choke.
yeah.
Which you can do after the tanks create space, but the tanks have to be able to survive to create the space for you to get through the choke.
That's an early Earth Shatter from blue. Oh
Reinhardt
my
already
gosh.
getting shatter within 40 seconds.
And
Wow, that's crazy.
Super killing
Blue
Vuvani on the
Zarya on
town
high
hall.
charge right now as well. That's very good for them.
61 to
This red
grab
team.
in a minute, and Super's just picking them off right now one by one.
and I'm gonna swap my colors in a second for the next map. So blue is Red Hawk and red is Punk's teams. Yes.
Yeah, blue's on the left, red's on the
Two
right.
support ultimates are up for red right now, so they should be able to take the brunt force of this attack. Hopefully, that's a nano boosted Rhine. Big shatter! Oh my gosh,
That will
has to be
probably
four
win
people.
this team fight for blue team unless the Red Hawk and Super can somehow clutch it out. Red Hawk 1% short of grab, and that should just win it for red.
That was a great switch from the Winston to the Ryan there. They found out their comp that they wanted to run here and they went right forward with it. I think it works a lot better with the Moira being able to have that Moira right behind that Ryan shield.
And
And they're
it's
going to
kind of.
cap it right here.
Yes. And I want to point out the free agents, at least the ones I could tell right away: CM, FaZe, Destroyer, Richie. My bad. Those are the four I definitely see, and a Mad Doggy as well. So that's five. Halfway, about half.
Oh, we have a couple of
It's a
anti-nated
huge anti right
people on.
now,
Oh,
and
and Genji
Seagull
has followed up
capitalizing
on it. A
heavily off of
Seagull,
it.
that
Sadly,
was
he's
the.
not able to pick off the Mercy. Mercy popping Velk. High Noon coming out to try to get a pick. Sadly, he's not
Oh.
going to be able to pick off the Mercy.
So at the beginning, that was a really great start to the Genji getting off too, but Blue has been able to
I think
pull it
that
out
Genji right
here.
there just got a little too greedy trying to kill the Resing Mercy. I mean, the McCree was right beside her, and the Genji should have known that he had flashbang off. So I
And
think
also
that
the I don't know if it was coordinated that that Genji was going in because he should have. Oh, that's a huge diva bomb. Oh wow, a whole lot of ultimates coming out for Blue right now. They just popped everything all at once. I think that was
4
almost
ults used
that was
on, or
five
3
ultimates.
ults used on blue side, and then 4 on the side of red too.
Wow.
Pretty bad ult management from both teams, but
Oh, they
Vuvani
got us.
falling, playing a bit too aggressive without his healers there.
This is going to be very vanilla Overwatch here as there's no ultimates on either side of the team. Buvani is coming up on an Earth Shatter here, so. And also Richie is coming up on his Mercy ultimate, so we'll see what will happen.
Red Hawk is just, he doesn't really have any charge right now. He's looking to see if he can get any, so hopefully he can get grab soon, because right now it's just been slow charges. He's only at 45 charge right now. Just bumped up to 80 actually. Trying to get FaZe here, but FaZe getting pocketed, and Red Hawk's gonna fall, getting a bit too aggro with all the healers there.
Went out without his Reinhardt. That's a Genji Blade coming right on top of the McCree here. He'll miss the McCree kill actually, but Reinhardt will follow up.
McCree had a good healing right there to stay alive during that Dragon Blade. Richie actually gonna pick off the Genji here.
Ooh. Big charge.
This is just kind of a back and forth fight, but it looks like it's favoring Red right now.
They're capping point right now, but Blue's going to try to get right on top of point.
No, Blue's just in a race against the clock right now to try to get back to point. But it doesn't look like they will. Dark Train falling while using Rally.
Just about 3 minutes for Red on that time there.
There we go. The color should be fixed for next round. There we go.
Both of these teams are becoming very, very aggressive whenever both of them come forward, but their healers are trying to keep up with all the aggressiveness, but sometimes the Reinhardts are falling down to all the aggressiveness of both of the teams, and it's getting to be some really crazy fights going out in these rounds, in this round that went down.
I mean, I do gotta say, some of these new ones that we haven't got to see, or just some of them we haven't got to see a lot of, period, and a couple that are standing out early on to me at least are Richie there on the support. I mean, there's a lot of support need, I guess, at the moment. I don't know, especially for these newer teams, as of course, I'm trying to think, I don't think any of the new captains or co-captains for the free agent teams are actually a support, as far as I can recall.
I think that right now what's lacking is DPS. I know that Reject doesn't have to worry about that right now because they have Trace as the co-captain, and I don't really know what Bullet plays, or I could
well, actually,
put my 2 cents on that.
Well, I gotta make an announcement on that. Hold on. Yeah, I'll fix that announcement in a
This
second.
is an interesting comp coming out from Blue. They're doing a triple support right now with the pharmacy. They are going to be very mobile and very quick with the Lucio as well, with the Moira.
I definitely support the triple support comp, especially with Super. He's a very good DPS. He's been GM for almost 10 seasons now, playing DPS, so overall very good. But yeah, I mean, just the Blue just kind of steamrolled them. They had a lot of healing there. They stayed really grouped up. They were really coordinated.
Well,
yeah, I see the only way that they would have went through that is being as coordinated as they were, because they didn't have the Brig to be able to tank through with the Reinhardt, so they really had to stay together there and get their healers to be able to top them off.
And I mean, you gotta also remember with this last patch that came live, Brig can't go through shield anymore, so I mean, the best thing she can do is give you the M1 heal, and if you're going for area, might as well just pick Lucio Moira and go for it. I mean, besides her ult, you have better options, I think.
Oh, big Earth Shatter.
Mad Doggy dropping his shield at such a bad time, right as the Earth Shatter hit him.
But Vivini went a little bit too aggressive there without his team, and he got picked off by the Blue team, and now they're coming forward in full force. A big
Huge
Earth Shatter by Blue
right
now.
There.
Oh,
a Mad Doggy getting shattered though, sadly. Yellow Nova pressuring the Lucio, however he will fall to Super here. Red Hawk getting pressured by FaZe. Super getting another kill, and that should just clean it up for Blue. There will be recontests, but I doubt that it'll come with anything because Blue just has the numbers. Red has no ults right now as they all just switch to stall comp.
I don't know why they're stalling so much right now. Either they have 6 minutes on the clock, they should... Oh wait, never mind. I thought I got the colors mixed up again. Yeah, I got the colors mixed up.
Yeah, we're just seeing Red here trying to stagger on in.
Oh, he missed the Earth Shatter on the hamster ball.
And let's say, yeah,
good pin on Hamster though.
He got the pin on the hamster though. That was impressive.
I mean, they're gonna stall, get some time off the clock, whatever you gotta do.
I know, like, and they just barely got pushed off there at the very end. That was actually a pretty impressive stall coming from the Hamster and from the Doomfist there. They just barely got pushed off.
They needed to find a way to shut down the Pharah right there. That was their main problem. I would have probably suggested pulling out the McCree. I know that they had one at the beginning of the game, but they probably needed to try to keep it instead of just switching off to a Widow Ash, just because of all the heals that was there. That's not enough damage coming out from both of the snipers.
And also with that McCree ult, that's almost a free 2 picks there if you get her with the Mercy in the sky. So then that's a free 2 pick at the beginning of a fight.
Massive spam coming out from blue right here. Well, they switched off the Junkrat, but still to Mei, it's gonna be equally as annoying for the enemy team to try to pass through this choke, as it essentially will cut off half the choke for Volskaya.
Orisa Reinhardt. That's. Oh wait, no. I think they're gonna switch off the Orisa. Go for Roadhog.
Like.
So the plan here probably is right as Reinhardt tries to go right through the choke, you wall off the Reinhardt, you charge right into that Reinhardt with your Reinhardt, and he dies, and then the whole fight's already over before it started. So let's see if they can get this pulled off. Mei's just sitting there on top of the cart waiting for them to push on in.
Ash is going to be sitting on top of Town Hall seeing if she can get any picks. Sleep coming out on Red Hawk there.
There it is, there's the wall, and then that's how you do it.
Kill the Rhine easy. Up Rhine's going to fall there.
Oh, but
very simple, very elementary, just Mei wall strategy at the choke on 2 CP. One of the many reasons why this map set is complete garbage. Not 2 CP in general is just a completely garbage map idea.
Yeah, like Hanamura also is the bane of everyone's existence whenever it comes to the Mei wall.
Yeah. Because Hanamura choke is just the right size for a Mei wall to fit it.
I'm seeing some really good hooks coming off from Red Hawk right now. He pulled in another one. Wow, he's getting some really good hooks off of. And they're walling off
Mad
his
Doggy falling though. They're down. Blue is down 2 right now, and also down their main tank. Red Hawk wasting Take a Breather while anti. That's gonna hurt him, and he's just gonna get melted by a full charge Zarya. Vuvani getting pressured by, and he's gonna
that's another anti-nade coming out by Zelen. Like, I think I've seen 3 or 4 anti-nades just in this one fight alone.
I probably wouldn't use the Bob there. That's just an ult waste, and honestly, if Red snowballs it right here, then Blue's not gonna have the Bob to try to recontest, and they're not even trying to look at the Zarya right now. The Zarya is just full charge. They're just letting her wreak havoc at the moment. Bob getting 2 kills here though, and I think that Blue just needs to stop trying. They're feeding so much ult charge to Red right now. Vuvani already 53 back to grab, about to hit 60.
And they're about to have about 4 ultimates for this next fight to try to snowball, and Blue's going to maybe have 3, but I don't know if that's going to have as much impact because one of them's a Brig and one of them's a Mei.
Well, now you have the opportunity for a big stall. That's kind of the thing here.
Oh.
Like, you have Snowball
Blue just fed their brains out right there, so...
They have, but even then, if you pop Rally right as you hear the Dragon Blade, that'll give you just enough armor to sustain a hit. Then you can use the Snowball to help stall off the rest.
That's true.
But they will be popping Rally early, so I can almost guarantee we'll be hearing the angry Weavanese. I guess.
Oh, he tried going around for a flanking shadow, and
that's gonna get an easy 3k with a nano Genji blade.
That was a good idea.
Mad Doggy with a shatter from behind, trying to kill Vuvani, but he's gonna get pocketed hardcore there. Mad Doggy's probably gonna fall here, getting lower and lower, getting pressured by a fully charged Zarya with an Ana pocket. Richie trying to contest, gets pinned by FaZe. Swooper actually able to kill Zelen right here. And Snowball coming out, that's huge. It's going to be able to get FaZe. They're seeing if they can kill him here. I don't think that they will be able to with a pocket though. Never mind, FaZe will fall. I think that they're just going to try to stall him down here to 0 seconds. A Mad Doggy switching to Hammond for Sol. Volskaya is very good at stalling with Hammond because of the thing in the center, and you can just spin around the point endlessly until you get CC'd out of your mind.
Then of course the Bob along with the hamster. It's just gonna make things even funner. Just get pooped right into the giant minigun of death. That sounds fun.
Very impressive from the stall right there. They all got wiped out right there, and they just came back with the Bob and the male, and they just kind of took out Red right there. So that was very impressive.
But I mean, we're going into round 4. I mean, this is, let's see, we saw it in one of our league games recent. I mean, got our first draw of the test season there on Hanamura. Looks like at least already in one of the earliest scrims of this map set. At least that we've gotten recorded for free agents wise. Nice little back and forth at the moment. I like it. I really do like it.
Should be interesting to see if Red can pull off this defense, because they got 66.8, but the other team has 5.5 minutes on their clock. So we'll have to see if they can get a really good stall on this next round.
I know it may sound a bit cheesy, and some people are definitely going to fight me over this, but on a point like this, when you have this much time that you got to defend, Arisa Bastion one side, maybe Ryan Torb on the other, then you get some healers that can heal pretty well across the way. You know,
just throw some Metro or two in there too, and maybe you'll have a good full hold too.
I mean, I've seen teams just run the Bastion Torb, and it's worked beautifully on this map.
Take it as a person who actually did run Arisa Bastion in their last scrim yesterday against Busan. It definitely does work on this map if you set up top right. It's very hard to get to. It provides a very good high ground. It's just really annoying. Destroyer is going to get booped off here early on by Zelen. Red is just going to dominate this fight right here. It's looking like Red Hawk's going to try to get a kill, but he's going up against 2 tanks.
That was a very good strategy. What they did right there is they brought the tanks down onto the low ground and let their snipers stay up top and just get free pickings down below, as Blue was just feeding right on point, just trying to get the cap. But too many big red bodies down there with snipers up top.
And I mean, now literally Ash is gonna have Bob this next fight. I would be surprised if she didn't. Your Widow's halfway as well, and just you have a lot of area on that point. Hell, you're gonna have the armor along with the Moira, the Moira spray. So I mean, you're gonna have a lot of healing for your tanks. However, both
snipers for Red taken out, so now this should be a very fast cleanup for Blue.
Perhaps.
Oh, they're gonna lose their main tank here.
Shatter only gonna get 1.
Oh wow, big Earth Shatter. This is going all over the place, but it looks like Blue's
but I think that Blue is definitely just gonna take it right here.
I mean, you really got, when you're running double sniper, unless your snipers are on point at hitting that Pharah, you're still gonna have as much trouble as if you didn't have hit scan. I mean, that's the big thing.
That was a good switch to the Widowmaker there. I mean, to the they have a good switch here going to the McCree too, just for that far, as we were talking about last round, that we wanted them to switch to the McCree. So now they've done that. So now we'll have to see if this McCree can deal with the Pharah in the sky.
And weird.
Oh, and he does.
That's a kind of weird rally timing. That's way before the fight starts. Yeah, it gets all your armor out, but at the same time now they can just blow right through it. I mean, you played all your cards before the fight began, before the hand came out. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes.
Big
grabs coming out here too. I don't know why they would do that. They had already won the fight. Yellow Nova picked off 3.
Well,
I definitely wouldn't have grabbed there.
Well, even with those 2 ults, they still have 4 remaining. So I mean, I guess they're at least staggering out those ults in a way that makes a little bit of sense. You used a support and a tank. You didn't blow through all your tank or all your support. So you still have a couple of ults you can use here. You have Bob, you have High Noon, Shatter, and Coalescence. A lot of combos can be made there. But you gotta watch out.
I do believe it is. It's a flanking Pharah Mercy over here, trying to get behind.
Mercy's gonna fall, and that should immediately give away the position of the Pharah, but nobody's turning around. And Super's just gonna come in there and get an easy 2 picks. However, Shatter will come out. FaZe is gonna pin the Reinhardt Reinhardt is
Yeah,
not
he
going to get
dies.
finished off, though. Vuveni's going to try to get this kill, but he has no follow-up damage to help him, and it looks like that Blue will just end up taking this unless this Bob can be a miracle worker. There comes the Flash fan, not going to be able to kill the Moira.
I mean, the Bob's just
Moira
stalling.
actually will fall, though.
That's the thing.
Yeah, they're pocketing or shielding Bob right now, but I don't think it'll be enough. Huge.
That is going to be a map win.
Well, that was quick. I mean, it's just kind of randomly came to an end there. It just looked like they had a chance at the very end. Just
This far really clutched it out for Blue on this last round. It really wreaked havoc for the red team there.
And I mean, it just needed to get a hold of that Pharah a little bit sooner. I mean, especially on that second go around. You let the Pharah get too free. And you literally had the perfect chance to stop them from getting the 2 picks they had at the end. Just if you would have grabbed them while they were in midair. Sure, you would have lost the one that you did. That very first one, not avoidable. Second one, you had a chance.
Yeah.
But then once they got that, it snowballed downhill very fast. Here, I'm just gonna do some Googling.
Whenever we're commentating during these games, I feel like I need a desk and everything in front of me. Like I need to it's like feeling so professional. I need to have a whole desk and
I'm just eating shrimp fried rice.
Technically, I do have a desk. Like I set up, we have a desk in the dorm, so I mean, I set up my gaming rig on it because it was large enough. Like, there we go. It's just like, I am the commentator. Hello.
And then you have like a piece of paper that's like blank in front of you, but it just makes you look even more professional. Pulling random stats that aren't true, like.
I mean, I heard of something on Twitch. I don't know if they have something similar for YouTube, but it's like. And I gotta thank one of our social media guys. Where's the name? Because I remember who mentioned it, or I think I remember who mentioned it. It was Albor. He's like, he found something that's similar to Overwatch League, like it'll track the stats in the game in real time, something like that for Twitch.
That's interesting.
I heard, but I don't know if there's something like that for YouTube, which that'd be cool. That'd be really cool to use. And of course, I kind of want to say this on the stream, just so we get it there. Another map's broke in the game, guys. They broke Blizzard World with the last patch. They've literally removed
Blizzard World.
They've removed it from playability at the moment, from what I understand. It was on the forums by, I think it was Mr. G Jeff, not Mr.
Oh,
J
not Daddy Jeff.
Yeah.
They have like 5 million just on the Overwatch team, so.
Yeah.
Like, y'all know who What Culture is on YouTube?
I've heard of him. I don't watch him avidly though.
Literally, they have so many Adams. That's basically the same thing with Blizzard. They have so many Jeffs. So, I mean, that's just the same, but here we go. Second map, getting in the bit of a festive mood.
I always love watching King's Row because it brings out so many Reinhardt and Zarya comps that are so much fun to watch on King's
As a
Row.
complete and utter Zarya one trick, I do love this map. This is my second favorite. First is Blizzard World.
Which is broken, but does have a Christmas form. So hopefully if it gets fixed, maybe we'll see it soon in the rotation.
Yeah, I would love to, because, you know, then we have two of my favorite, we have two Christmas maps and two of my favorite Zarya maps back to back, so.
Not exactly, Chief. What you mean? Blizzard World's a hybrid.
And honestly,
I know.
You know.
Yeah, I'm talking about like next map set. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean
yeah,
like in the next map set.
Oh no, I'm stupid. Yeah, like took me a second. You know me, Louis.
So it does look like they're going for a Ryan Zarya map here for a Ryan Zarya comp.
Wow, who would have guessed?
Of course, like
yeah.
I mean, literally, this is the perfect map for it. It's so tight and so close. If you're not running a Zarya, that's like there's very few scenarios on this map where you wouldn't run the Zarya. Come on now.
And I like how both teams are running an Ana, because we saw in last map how many anti-nades were going in all the time to the other team. So it's really nice to see how good of play both of these Anas have been having today.
Well, that's a different Ana. That's gonna be one of ours from Busan, actually.
Oh wow, it's a different.
Yeah,
one
Apple's
too,
been
so
playing a
we'll
lot
see.
of supports lately.
Mhm.
Apple known for his Pharah, so I mean, we played against them last night. We scrimmed Busan. Apple was playing support, and he does pretty good.
Oh, that was a
but
big
anyways.
charge onto Red Hawk there.
Yeah, Red Hawk immediately getting pinned, Swooper going down. Yeah, it's just gonna be a complete one-sided fight right here. Red's just gonna take the point within 30 seconds, to be honest. Like,
They just kind of just took command and just went right through them there.
But so they're bouncing back from that first map. I mean, the shoe was on the other foot just a second ago, and all of a sudden pushing through with a bit over 5:30 left on the clock.
a Mad Dog,
That
you
was a
gotta pick
very
off
aggressive
Seagull
charge there, that
and
Hanzo.
FaZe. Super's gonna pick off Zelen, and Blue should just push up here. They need to stop playing so passive. They can easily get all these picks if they just push right now.
And a little festive
There's
touch.
another pick from a Mad Doggy. That's
It is
3 in
very
the
apparent
sights.
that the strategy right here for this red team is to be very aggressive, because FaZe, both of these pushes have just charged right at the Ryan, right inside there. So let's see if he does this again or if he's going to play more passive.
I think that right now Red should try to switch over to a Lucio in place of one of their healers. Because right now they're running
big
2 main
charge.
healers, but Seagull's gonna pick off 3 with his blade. Gonna fall to Vuveni though. Red Hawk trying to battle it out in the front lines, but there's just too much healing with a Valking Mercy there, along with a fully charged Zarya and a Reinhardt trying to fight him. Vuveni gonna fall to Dart Train.
They're
Red
really
is just gonna keep on pushing up.
being the really stupidly aggressive Reinhardt I will say the aggressive charges aren't bad. They're not bad. It's just the way he's going in on them. Like, he's going straight for the Rhine, which is going to create an issue. If you charge straight towards them, they're going to move out of the way. You have to try to predict which way they're going. So
And also, you don't want to go, as a Reinhardt main myself also, you don't really want to go for the, oh wow, that's a huge grab dragons right there.
Oh, and then going to counter it with a triple by the McCree there. Yellow Nova.
I think that Blue's going to be able to clutch it out here with, oh, maybe not. Wow, he's just going to take out the entire team himself.
There seems to be a theme with the league's McCrees.
Alone Genji on the point.
Like,
But what I was saying is that as a Reinhardt main myself, you kind of want to go for the short charges, the charges that you aren't going to be charging for forever, which both of these have been doing. Both of them dying right there.
or if
Mercy's
you
gonna
are,
rise them up. Oh,
or if you
I
are
think
going to
we're-
make those really long aggressive charges, you need to let your team know so they can push in with you, give you that support you need. Because I mean,
and if you are going to be doing those really big charges, I would rather have a Diva by my side so she can kind of run up, she can fly up with me, but it doesn't look like they're going to be making the switch.
the
that's gonna be
Zarya
clean
can
up
work
our
for
blue.
that too. I mean, you just gotta push up. Like if you're the Rhine, as soon as
It's
you're going to
coordination.
charge, say charge, and as soon as you say
Yeah,
that,
Just
Zarya
right
level
now with both of these Rhines, like with how aggressive they're playing, I don't know why neither team has decided to switch to a Lucio in place of one of their main healers. That would
would be
just
a very
provide
good
them a
switch.
defensive ult, and both teams have Zarya, so the defensive ult would help them a lot.
Mhm.
So you gotta play to the strengths
Oh.
as well, I guess.
Red Hawk is gonna try to flank Shatter right? No, he's gonna drop back down. Gonna go try for a flank charge. It's not gonna work.
Oh,
And both blades being popped. Both nano blades coming out actually.
That's why we haven't
and
seen
also a
Super.
Earth Shatter.
Getting the better one. This is just a Genji filled kill feed right now. Super's gonna see what he can do, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do much against both tanks. and red
Yeah.
will finally take it here. That is
good
the
play by
Overwatch I
both.
like to see, where you have
That
no clue
was
what's going on besides looking at the kill feed.
that was good play by both teams, but red just barely was able to clinch it out there. Oh, I missed shatter by blue. That was a great block.
Genji fight gonna go up top.
And I will say, I'm definitely liking the red team
Oh,
here a
that's-
bit more on this map. I mean, oof, as there you go,
Grab
gonna get
dragons
two.
right through the graviton.
There comes your season 11 meta, Grav Dragon coming out.
It still lives on in spirit. But
Let's just all be glad it can't be nano boosted anymore.
shaking my head. Beautiful. Like anything that's nano boost is beautiful.
Another Genji Blade is going to be coming up for blue right here, along with
that's
Nano
missed.
coming soon behind it.
Missed Earth Shatter by red, and he's going to be punished for that. Oh, it
Huge
slept
sleep.
Genji Blade. And oh wow, that was nasty.
You hate to see that happen. It was literally as soon as he popped it as well. It's just like
I know.
no.
Wow. Oh, and then a
And there
Genji
it
Blade of
goes,
their own
another
right there.
another sleep. Somebody, however, woke this Genji up, but they're able to finish him off anyways. Both Genji Blades being slept, however. Ana still has Nano. Blue actually has both of portals here. There comes Grav. It's only gonna get a bad doggy though.
Yeah,
He
but I
will
mean,
fall. The Moira Coalescence healing just won't be enough.
and I will say this is one of the best points to, if you're gonna make those long charges that are risky, this is one of the perfect points to do it. I mean, your team's already gonna be close at all times. Go for that back wall, pin
See
him.
that?
Go for it.
A stall coming out from blue right now, just trying to get as much time down as they can.
Oh, and
And
there you
that's
go.
going to be it.
Yeah, speaking
Right
of
above 1 minute for red.
sliding on in and getting it fixed.
So that was a pretty action-packed round. So many Genji Blades coming out, and honest sleeps, and all kinds of stuff happening all over the map. So that was fun to watch.
It was really good, and I will say, just kind of looking at these teams at the moment, just taking into account what we saw last map, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a really, really aggressive blue team coming out here on this push, and them getting a lot of time just like their opponent. I mean, that's just kind of what I could see happening. I'm gonna go back and stop running into the wall. There we go.
Super randomly joining the voice channel out of nowhere.
There you
That
go.
was some really good
And he
commentary
leaves.
you're doing right there. Man, I just always love it whenever Christmas comes around for Overwatch. Just like the
Yeah.
atmosphere that they create around it's really nice. And seeing this Omnic statue standing in the middle with all the snow coming down. Such a beautiful sight, man.
Overwatch is very good at aesthetics during the events. Halloween
it's
maps
Blizzard,
are really
am I
good.
right? Like,
No,
Yeah, it's
only-
very true. It is Blizzard. They might not be good at balancing, and they might not be good at actually making the game, but they
but
do
they're
have
going to
good
be making
aesthetics.
graphics.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Super
a
getting
big.
the pick on yellow very early on, and they don't have a risk for that. Red Hawk also going to pick off Richie. Red Hawk charging in. Zarya will bubble and
Oh.
take the charge, though. Red Hawk should die here. He's antied in the backline.
Yeah, but by
FaZe
the
is
time
going to
you
be
get
low, though, getting
that,
healed by the Ana.
You're already too low in the fight. You already lost 3 before that even happens. I mean, you're already in a bad spot.
CM Punk making a rather stupid decision, using Fade very aggressively there, trying to just go into the enemy team, and Dart Train is honestly picking them off one by one right here, and Red will somehow retake this fight.
I do play with Dark Train, and he is not a Zarya to mess around with. He really knows what he's doing with his bubbles and his chart and how much charge he gets every single fight. So they better watch out for him here.
Dark Train's the one that actually got me into this league. Yeah, and he's really good. I know he also plays a lot of Tracer, which is another tracking hero. So his aim overall will be good on Zarya, and his bubble timings are very good too. You have to respect his Zarya whenever you're playing against him.
That's a couple of really early picks here for Blue, and now they should be charging in pretty soon.
Richie's gonna pick off the Widow though. That provides him a lot more space on the point to be able to move around without the threat of getting headshot. Even though Blue does have the far out. Huge shatter coming down. Brig is gonna die. However, there's gonna be no value out of it as the Reinhardt will get grabbed, and Dark Train once again is just gonna pick off Red Hawk. And there goes a Mad Doggy.
Is taking control of this fight
Apple
with
Juice
a
falling
3K.
too. 3 picks. Dark Train is just 4 picks on that fight. Dark Train just absolutely raped with that fight.
Really taking control on this red team. Just kind of being like a carry tank right now. Whenever everyone else is dead, Dark Train's on that point, killing the rest of the enemy team. So
Blue
really
needs to switch to a more aggressive comp. Half the team is playing aggressive and the other half is playing very passive, and those differing play styles are what I see is making them not work as well at the moment. As I said before, I would think that Blue needs to switch to a Lucio to get the defensive ult and get more speed going into the enemy.
And they're doing two main healers right now with a Moira and an Ana, and I don't think that's getting them enough damage and mobility out of their comp either. So we'll have to see what. If
Super did get an early pick on the Genji though. That Genji will be coming back from spawn. Red Reinchild getting pressured by the enemy Widow. Yellow Nova's gonna pick off a Mad Doggy here. Super messing up his grapple to get on the high ground. Is gonna continue seeing what he can do, just playing around the statue right now. He's Super gonna pick off Yellow Nova.
Very important to win that Widow fight. So that's good on the part of Blue right now. We'll see if they can get the rest of it.
Dark Train keeping pressure on the Rhine Shield, and there we go, another Grav coming out, stopping the Rhine from getting any value. Dark Train will fall, and Blue's gonna take this point here. They will have Grav for the next fight too, which should allow them to snowball, hopefully to about second checkpoint.
Yeah, they could do a Grav Genji right here if they really wanted to for this next fight with Genji Blade coming on soon.
I would hope that Vuveni's gonna wait to Grav until they hear the rally pop, because that's gonna be your best time, because you can waste that support ult in a Grav, especially if they have the Genji Blade to back it up.
I mean, I'm almost going to assume... Oh, there it goes.
There it goes. The Grav should come out very soon.
So as soon as it's over, which it will be right about now. There you go.
There it is.
Fire on it.
And there's the
Genji Blade.
Wow, we're so good at casting. We just know what's gonna happen.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It's the season 11. It's the season 11 meta reincarnated. Okay, like it's the same thing every play. Brig pops rally, Grav comes out, team kill, rinse, repeat.
Except this time it's only one dragon, not two, surprisingly. In this case, 2 heads are not better than 1.
A Seagull behind them trying to get a flank blade, but getting pressured by a Mad Doggy here and will fall. Super getting the pick on Dark Train too. Pressure coming out on both Reinhardts. Huge shatter coming down.
Shatter there.
And there you go. Just gonna keep this momentum.
Red Hawk gonna charge off the
map.
They're leaving the payload behind. There you go. I was like, go get the payload. Don't waste time.
The Ana fight is happening. Super's gonna step in there and ruin that 1v1. Every party needs a pooper, so.
Or a super.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it.
Yellow Nova gonna try to take this high ground to contest the Widow, but gets locked onto the Ana for some reason instead of trying to actually contest the Widow, and the Widow will be able to take advantage of that.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who this yellow Nova is, and I don't even know if they're in the server, but if they're not, I think we know who to give an invite to. Ooh, they're doing good.
Two-man Shatter coming out and both supports trying to run away from the Nano Genji Blade, and I don't blame them.
As, you know, yeah, remember that 4K from Dart Train earlier? Yeah, no, Sigel wants to get in on that too. There we go. He's got a pop
A whole bunch of these guys on the red team are really stepping up here.
The scariest sounds humanity will ever hear. It's just the grandma's ult and then the Weeb ult coming out.
Ooh, very aggressive charge coming out from FaZe. He's gonna get charged right back.
Go take some. You also have the blade.
Big grab coming out, and there it goes. There's the blade. Panic grab. It looked like come out from the side of red.
Ooh, that's a block Shatter.
I couldn't tell because now you. As soon as that coalescence come out and you only caught the tanks with the Genji blade, that was kind of it for that. I mean, you just popped a lot of resources and you didn't get any value, and actually, you're getting pushed back by your opponent right now. That's got to be a bad moment for the team if you're thinking about it. So
red will somehow win that after blue popping 4 ults to try to retake. Vuvani gonna get solo shattered right here, but that will rid him of all the charge he had built up.
Wow, they are really
gonna get high nooned.
Pushing back on this blue team. I think
they will have both support ults for next fight too.
Both teams have both support ults right now, so let's see who can outlast who in this next fight.
It kind of depends who has to pop there first.
Genji Blade, Nano.
Both Genji Blades coming out.
And there it goes. There we go. Nano Blade. Only gonna pick up 1 this time though. Both Genjis actually picking up 1. Yellow Nova's gonna be able to take out a Mad Doggy. FaZe charging in, gets Nano. Should be able to pick off the Zarya. Zarya's 1. Will fall to Zelen, and that should end the round with the red winning this.
And I'm gonna be honest, it looked like ult economy came into play there. From the get-go, we had to see the Nano Blade come out on the side of blue. When that didn't work as well as I thought. And even though their opponent also pulled the Genji Blade, they still had that Nano for later in the fight. They had the ult advantage that whole last little bit, it looked like. And they used it to a T, which is a really big part of Overwatch, because while people may not agree, this game is more MOBA-esque than you think, having to rely on your abilities to be able to get a lot of the kills you do. So, I mean, they did a good job with that.
Yes, that very good Genji play coming out from both teams there. Both of those Genjis really popped off multiple times. That was a good round for them.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay, you should be back right now.
Even commentators have to take breaks, I guess.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you that one. You're gonna need them every once in a while. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm looking for something. There we go. A pretty good first 2 maps so far, I gotta say. It's not too one-sided.
It's been pretty competitive. Yeah, it's been pretty competitive between both of the teams. I've liked it so far. It's been really, really nice. Both of the Reinhardts have been very, very aggressive throughout both of these fights, and the healers are really showing up on trying to keep their main tanks and off tanks up. So it's been really, really good.
Very true, very true.
A lot of anti-nades coming out, and a lot of Ana, really good Ana play coming out. So I've been liking seeing that too. I always like to see a good Ana.
Yeah,
she is. Yeah, I think she's like the most high skill capped of the healers. So it's always nice to see that come out and play.
I'm back.
Well, hello.
Got a cold one to crack open with the boys.
That's illegal.
Be quiet, Chubby.
I will fuck you. I fight for the legality of things.
I'll crack a cold one up with you. You know that good Pepsi. That's right.
Pepsi, you monster.
Leave now.
This FA
Dr.
Scrim has been
Thunder.
sponsored by Pepsi.
We can't say that, we're on YouTube, remember? Oh god, and we're banned.
Okay,
Yeah,
apparently Super deflected a grav that game. I don't think I caught it though.
I didn't either. That's
I don't know, I couldn't tell. Oh wait, I think I know when it was. It was like a barely right before getting slept.
whenever you're trying to watch after 12 people on the field, I guess you miss a couple of things. That's pretty crazy though.
Elios away.
Oh, we're going to Elios next.
And, I mean, and why we get a bit of a moment. I'm working on the Twitter post. Give me a no.
This is
So we got Ruins starting off. Yep, we're
this
seeing
is a
both
very good-
Widowmakers.
yeah. This
Sorry.
is a very good Widow map coming out. Or
Yeah, Widow immediately getting picked, which yep, there we go. Basically same setup as last time. Both teams on Widow, both teams on well, never mind, a Mad Doggy switching to McCree for this map. They're gonna run double hit scan.
And I mean,
they still aren't going to the Lucio that we've been wanting them to go to, but
It's weird, I don't know. They not having a defensive, especially whenever both teams ran a Ryan Zarya basically the entire time, it just boggles my mind.
and I mean to be fair, you know, just going back to the point of this is Ruins, we see a lot of, and I do mean a lot of, widows. It's gonna be beautiful.
Oh.
I guess you could call this the spider's web, but you know, I had to, at least once. No one shall stop. So we are going to be seeing the teams come out here. Let's wait and see what they can do.
and let's see if this Mercy is going to be pocketing this Widow. I don't think that they would, but it would be a pretty good damage boost to be put on for the beginning of this fight. But no, it looks like she's going to be going with McCree here for the blue side.
A Bionade coming out over the top. I'm curious to see if that hits anybody. And it did, it actually hit Zelen in the back line.
There we go.
Ooh,
Get you back.
Reinhardt for blue is charging right in. You almost
I'm
got
not sure what's going on with the Mercy on blue side, kind of walking into the enemy team.
Hey.
Blue just needs to back out here. They cannot win this fight.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Red Hawk
they're just gonna feed now. Kawhi, another very good Zarya coming out too. So we'll see it. Even though he lost the fight, he does have more grav charge than his counterpart on the enemy team. Mad Doggy playing very aggressive on the McCree right now.
That's
Pin
a really
coming
big
out,
charge there
Kawhi
from
will
Red.
fall there.
Red has their Earth Shatter now. Both Rhines have their Earth Shatter. It looks like no ultimates are going to be used the rest of this fight. Big sleep coming down, and that will be the end of Red Hawk. Just a little cleanup here.
Blue has better ult charge right now than Red, even though they lost both fights so far. So we'll see if they can get this recontest. Already down 1 by Super though.
Let's see if they do
Now it's
the.
even with a 5v5. A random pin coming out. That was a very weird pin, but it
Ooh, and
looks like
that's
it's
a
gonna
really
work.
big Earth Shatter, so it looks like it's going to work out.
And there
for 'em.
comes Nanoblade for the umpteenth time in this map series.
It sounds like you're getting annoyed with it.
Gosh dang it. It's like Overwatch League.
It is quite annoying seeing the same thing over and over again, but
Right, you know.
They better get right on top of this point because they only have 5% until it's capped.
You know, they're not even
they
giving
have
them
a decent amount of
Don't
ults.
they get on point?
They're gonna have to touch. They didn't
Nope.
touch.
Got pooped back.
That was. I mean, I wouldn't like to be, but that was terrible play by Blue there.
They
It looked
had
so
three different people that
uncoordinated.
could have gone on the point, and I don't understand why no one could get on it. In each one of their fights, they couldn't really get on the point. They're not being too aggressive enough to be able to push into the point, and Red just ran them over.
They got him pretty well with that. I mean, they fought him pretty well.
Lo and behold, the Lucio comes out for the blue side.
Finally, we've
Watch
wanted
out,
to see it
world.
for so long. Double off tank coming out, but we'll see who attempts to play the role of main tank or if both continue to play like an off tank.
I mean, honestly, I will be 100% truthful on control points. Double off take can work very well depending on what combination you run. Personal favorite
Seagull's
Zarya
gonna
Hog.
deflect the hook there.
I would rather have the Diva come out for the instead of the Hog on this, but it looks like they're going to be going.
Definitely,
Hamster.
Diva's very strong on this map because of the high ground.
I mean,
And also, whenever the combo for Hamster Diva is the Hamster just goes down on top of the other team, and then Diva comes in with her missiles, and that's a kill in of itself right there. But let's see if they can pull this out with the Roadhog here. Hamster coming behind the red team.
I mean, they already have the advantage early on, so it's working pretty well. We'll give them that. As we are also seeing a lot
Ults
of
are more or less tied right now for both teams. It might be a bit in the favor of red.
That's a Meteor Strike coming out. Doesn't get anyone.
It's good to use it to spread them out.
Super Pulse Bomb getting nobody.
They can't
Kawhi,
capture the point.
both Roadhogs do have Whole Hog here. They're gonna see what they can do. Yellow Nova should die here, and there he goes.
Oh, and that's a boop by Red Hawk there on the Orisa. That was really nice.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like the strategy we're seeing on the side of Blue. I mean, they're getting a lot of CC or like characters that can move their opponents around. So I mean, you got Lucio, Doomfist, Hog, and the
Whenever
Hamster.
they start getting, when the Blue starts getting pressured, it's really nice because that Lucio speed boost really gets you safe and out of harm's way. So it's a very good pick there on the Lucio.
And I mean, to be honest,
I think the Blue right here is just waiting for red to try to get the point, and then they might try for the Whole Hog off the map. But that's very high risk, high reward, and Blue just kind of looks like it popped it out of the blue or instinctively to the enemy Whole Hog.
I know they got
And it does end up
the
working.
Tracer off the point. They're just like, get off of here, Tracer. and to be honest,
I think
like
this is going to be a cap.
I mean, they just played the
Blue
long haul. They
has,
just kept him at a distance.
Was that? I didn't know you could do that.
And
Very good
Kawhi
mind.
canceling Supercharger.
and also the beat drop on the point. Nano Hog, which is... If he hooks you, that's scary. You're dead. There is no returning from that.
The Hog can do a maximum of 250 damage with a hook. Or 300, I'll have to ask Gubbins later. Our League's Hog one trick.
Not one trick. Expert. Damn it. You know?
Enthusiast.
Like you're the Zarya expert. Because you have so many hours. Gosh dang
I actually
it.
have
That was
more
a
hours on
very
Somber
good
than
map
I do
by Blue
Zarya.
that time.
Really? Shoot, I still barely have more hours on Junkrat than Ryan. It's tied, but Junkrat apparently still has more. Oh god, it's been forever, but finally.
Even though I'm like a level 500, I'm one of the lower levels in the league. So overall, I don't have that many hours compared to the rest of the league on heroes.
And
We are going to be seeing Boopsio from both teams coming out, but one team's going out without an Orisa or a main. Nope.
There
both
we
teams
go.
going out with the Orisa. Wait. Nope. Actually,
Only
no.
one team
just
going
red.
out with the Ursa. I think that will cost them.
They're going
like,
with the Hammond.
well,
They're
actually,
kinda-
they're playing. The Blues playing a lot of flanks, so
Yeah, they're playing.
unless
they're
they
playing
just
the
stay
same...
clear of the hole, they should be fine against that.
They're playing that big old move comp again, just moving the opponent where they want them to go. I mean, in the CC that's added with that comp, they can do whatever they want for the most part. Just kind of booping them around. Nearly getting the hog off in the background there. Getting him off the side.
Trying to pressure the enemy Orisa.
Oh, and that's a big hook into the pit to Ana.
This is just back and forth right now.
Yep. Oh, and there's the
coming in, but the hog will be burned.
Oh!
Yeah, that was a very glitchy hook being pulled along the outer rim of the well.
It's just like
being pulled
basketball, like kind of like the around the world, except that's straight into the hole. One end goes in. It's not the ball. Rip. But the strategy by Blue
is very low.
and gonna get those supports. Or going for the supports anyway. As I'm gonna keep mentioning it, this comp by Blue, very resourceful. They're just using all the abilities that can move people around or can CC them in some way. They're just using them to their advantage.
They have a lot of abilities on the side of blue team that can just take control of that red team. You got the hook, and you got all of Doomfist's abilities, the hamster, the boop, even the honest sleep can take control.
Red team is about to get 6 ults right here, though, compared to Blue's only 3 at the moment. There
That's
comes
a big Genji blade
coming out. It doesn't look like it's going to get anybody. Kawhi will be pulled into the hole by Kakamata, though.
And we're going to be seeing Golden Bob kind of coming out to help support the red team there.
Oh yeah, they
all
did fix
3 ults from Blue trying to hold the red off there, but Red had won that fight only using 2 ults in the end compared to Blue's 3, and Blue ended up losing the fight. So right now Blue's just they're gonna take a while to have to regain their ults and be equal with Red.
And even then on Red side they almost have Ash ult back up already. They're at 63%. Jesus, so they might be able to get 5 ults by the end of this. As we are gonna see. Oh,
he saved himself. Wow, that was actually a really good play by Red Hawk there.
I'm about to say, it looked like he was about to just dunk himself in the hole, but slid over just enough. There you go. It was like.
Super has Bob again. There it goes. Seagull's almost back to bleed too.
I think they didn't really need to use Bob there. I think they already had the fight won, but looks like they're still going to be using it. Not much effect for Bob.
Both teams a little bit closer in ults now. There you go. They both.
He's about to get pulled into the well if he doesn't be careful. Zelen with a huge pulse bomb there, and that should win them the fight. Double pulse bomb on 2 of the most important heroes right now.
Oh, and
Kawhi barely making it out of there.
And Rip phase, as soon as he pulled out the hog, the whole hog getting knocked right into the wall by the Doomfist rocket punch. Losing ult there.
That's a big Genji blade on Seagull right there.
Yeah, now we're just seeing Hog to try to hold out here. Oh, hooked right in.
Big hook.
Never mind.
Oh, and he saves himself again, but he ends up dying.
Yeah, only for the short term.
I've seen him I don't know if Blue's going to be able to get back on. Let's see if they can. Yep. Oh.
They have a few people that might be. Yep, there we go. We got the recontest.
But even then, you got Bob now ready to go once again. There you go. Basically, it's
really
7v6.
Good place there, Bob.
Covering the whole point with him. 7v6 with it. 3 kills from it. Before he heads off. Bye, Bob. As Blue just
and Reaper trying to put in some work. Nope.
It looked to me like the main fallout of Blue right there was definitely just them not having a shield tank for well.
Yep. I would say that as well. It worked for a while, but then the other team ended up sticking together and really just bunkering down with that Orisa and being able to hold it out there. Genji blade.
Gee.
He survived. The nano boost helped him survive a full charge by Reinhardt, and that's unfortunate. A Reinhardt charge does at max 300 damage, so he took that all face on.
I mean, Nano gives you 50% damage resistance, so...
Hmm.
But so taking anything to the face is going to hurt after long enough. Come on, man.
Going into this next map here, what's our next map that we're playing today?
It's gonna be Dorito.
Yeah,
We're playing at Dorito. Man, Overwatch is really stepping it up for this next map pool.
getting that MOG sponsorship in there for Blizzard.
That would be funny. Like, this map is brought to you by.
Zoston is also wondering who Yellow Nova is.
I don't know. Yeah, that's it, because I didn't even know we had people that could sub in for him. I was just like, yeah, I didn't know we had people, so yeah, we'll get him out of there. If Red sees the Discord.
Red looking at Discord? Come on.
I don't know, because I kind of want to see it. Because this yellow guy, whoever he is, he's doing pretty good.
Looks like he's going to have a job after today.
Perhaps. Perhaps I might get in contact. I mean,
I have one mutual friend with him. I'm gonna see who that is and see if I can get any. He's one of Hunter's friends.
maybe they just earned a job. Congrats, you're hired. You know, just the little. Not on play list. I can spell words. Yeehaw. Get that tweet out there real quick. Oh, well, yeah, and this stuff's going to be interesting on this side of Team Red. 4 main tanks. Mata can play. I've heard Mata can play really good Ana. I haven't got to see it yet.
And also,
So.
Dark Train can play on that Tracer, so I think we will be okay here.
We have 3 ZF players in right now, so they're gonna have some coordination going on. At least the side of Red, because you have Kawhi and Kakmata on the same team there.
Yeah, there we go.
This is interesting with the Winston Zarya, though. We'll have to see if they can pull this off here with the Winston Zarya.
A lot of free charge to be had. I could definitely see it.
I'm just more curious about a defensive Winston on Dorado here.
There is a lot of high ground, but you have to have a lot of coordination with your team to be able to pull this off here. Let's see if they can do it here.
Maybe we were gonna
Red
see
team with a Winston Diva of their own, so
both teams running the dive
Colby
tanks.
pocketed it on the high ground. Kawhi missing the high ground with his Diva.
Might have turned out well in the end though, because now they can go straight for that Winston. There you go. Put all your
Without that
Ravnica
Winston,
will
this
fall,
blue team's
but
gonna have a lot of
Richie
problems.
might go for the res. If they can coordinate a DM, then they might be able to get that off.
Doesn't look like it, but instead we're gonna see blue team just pop off and get 3. I just realized, like, I still got an exam to take, but after this I'm gonna go get. Well, wait, no, it won't be 7. Well, dang. Never mind, I'm gonna wait to get food till after the exam. There we go. Online college, yeah, yeet.
Dark Train's gonna fall there to Ravnica. A lot of just ground to Winston, and there's not even much diving going on. It's just the basically Reinhardt Zarya fight right now, just with Winston's instead.
Except the unblockable damage
oh, that's a
of the.
Genji blade coming out.
Oh, we'll pick him off. Quick.
Super's only gonna be able to pick up 1 before getting picked off by Dark Train. Here comes the Diva Bomb. It looks like it might get Apple.
Double Diva
And
bomb.
Apple and Red Hawk there.
They're going down as well, but Red definitely gonna have the edge here.
Ravnica's gonna have an ult to sustain for a bit longer. But
Yeah.
Richie will die there. I don't know if Ravnik's going to want to pop it because it's essentially 1000 HP of ult charge and he chooses not to, which I think is pretty smart.
But we are going to be seeing red team
is
continue
gonna
to push.
cap it right here.
Continuing that push, yeah. Yeet.
Ooh, that was a
Dart Train killing both the healers even though one will get rezzed.
The nano Genji getting slapped halfway across the map. Bye, Genji.
Dark Train harassing the healers right now, killing the Ana twice and killing the Mercy with Pulse Bomb. Apple has info sights, probably just waiting for the right time to pop that. Apple will headshot Dark Train, and blue team will retake Cart here, hopefully, diving the Hanzo on high ground. Ravnik is about half right now, though. There goes the dragons on the side of red.
I mean, Red's been doing really good throughout so far, and I mean, now we're gonna see Seagull jump back onto that Genji that we've seen be a menace before. I believe it was King's Row.
looks like Blue Winston got caught out there without his jump.
And there you go, 2 quick picks for Team Red that should give them some time to move the payload a little bit while playing with the numbers edge.
Apple's gonna be getting dove here.
And the Diva Bomb on the
He
back.
does juke out the Genji, but it's gonna be all for naught as the monkey will follow.
No matter what, you're getting caught out there. A big F.
There comes Infrasight, so that'll be up for the next 15 seconds. Diva Bomb coming out on the sleeping, I mean not Diva Bomb, Pulse Bomb coming out on the sleeping Diva.
And then there you go, blue team
Another
trying
Genji
to
blade
Blue
coming
with a
out.
lot of picks here, both healers gonna fall. Blue should be able to clutch out there to win this fight right here. Even with Super being down, Red has no healers as of right now.
Yeah, but there you go, they are getting, well, they are getting Tracer in there to kind of help out. There you go, getting Dark in there. Now got the Lucio, so they've got some heals back. They can start pushing on in. However, in that fight, just team with the Mercy pocketing the Winston's going to win that. I mean, Lucio only does so much.
There we go with the Diva Bomb. I'm not gonna be able to pick up anybody.
They are really pressuring the Widow right now on the side of red, but they are just not able to kill her with their good grapples coming out. And that's a big Genji blade.
So
Not going to get anybody.
I think it did
Dark
make...
Train once again gonna be able to pick off the healer there. They definitely need to switch to something to counter the Tracer, like a McCree or Brig.
Something, anything, but we are seeing red team. They have done very well on both the maps with the payload. I mean, it's a pretty similar comp to what they had then, at least player-wise. Only differences from what I can tell are the 2 tanks. And of course,
A lot of pressure being brought down from red onto blue, and blue's not able to do really anything about it as they're just running right through them right now. One team being pressured all by himself, he's going to go down. And now they're just going to basically spawn camp them right inside their spawn room here. No one's pushing the cart though, so nothing's really being done. We're just going to go down and start pushing the cart.
a little bit of wasted time there. I mean, just kind of waiting for it. Not working very well.
If they can get this Winston on the side of red team, then it will be a really, really good stall. They have the Winston, and he's going to pop that just to keep them inside that spawn room.
Ooh, and the Diva Bomb. Gonna spread them out a little bit, but not gonna do too much more than that.
Red's getting a lot of picks right here.
There you go.
Only one person left, and that's only gonna be the Moira though. And Red has a lot of ults right now, but they will take it without having to use any of them.
That was good teamwork going on to red to be able to go and spawn camp the blue there. They, even with blue having some good ultimates there, they even tried using the nano boosted Genji blade, but that didn't even break through their spawn camp. So that was really good. by red there.
Doing the best they can so far, so I mean, we're gonna see what happens here for Team Blue.
Seems like blue team might be getting a tiny bit tilted as 3 DPS were auto-locked.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, Swooper and Apple are DPS by, you know, that's their primary role. I could see them going to it, kind of getting the swaps in. And to be honest with what your opponent's running with the double flankers, depending on those DPS choices, yeah, I could see triple DPS working. Get a McCree, maybe get the Reaper to help with the dive, and then you could potentially go for a bit of range with a Widow, maybe an Ashe.
Or you could go, you could go triple support with one of the supports being a Brig to help with the Tracer there too.
You could,
And also with the diving Winston.
Moira Brig as well on the supports could do really well with that. It kind of depends. There's a lot of options, to be honest, on what they could do. So it's just kind of more about seeing what they want to pull out here.
Looks like it might be a Winston for both of the teams again out here. Let's see what Lord of Fravica does. He hasn't locked a slot right now, so...
Lord of Ravnica, there we go. It looks a little funny, but yeah. There we go. The name's a little funny on there, so we'll have to wait and see what he can do.
Seagull immediately gonna dive Apple though. Apple's gonna do the same juking strat where he just grapples or jumps down, grapples back up.
Still gets taken out though.
There you go, Lord. Just a little AFK for a bit, but he's back in now. 6v6, here we go.
He's really getting pressured on by the spawn room right now. Red doing to blue what they did at the end of the last round, just doing it on their defense now.
Yeah, Red just looks like in complete control of this game right now. Seagull actually kind of playing with Apple a little bit, not shooting at him, but just crouching behind him.
I mean, like I said, both times we've seen Red, especially with Dark and Seagull on a payload, they've been dominant. That's it. Doesn't matter what they're playing, they've been dominant together.
Ravnica trying to take the high ground, isn't able to do it though. Kawhi gonna jump on the on Blue's Ana. Seagull will help him secure that kill. Seagull, however, will fall, but it's a 2-1 trade.
Diva bomb coming out of the Diva just to get her mech back right here. And she does actually get the other Diva.
It's a pretty good trade for the Diva Bomb for a new mech, because a Diva out of mech is, you know, essentially useless, and Diva Bomb just comes so fast with how much damage Diva can put out, especially on a map like Dorado where you can abuse this high ground on first phase.
And even then you're about to have Nano Blade and the Primal on the side of Red. They do have the Winston now though, along with the McCree. Help stop the dive a little bit.
Blue will get Diva back. Dark Train will get slept though.
On Lord, or not Lord, Kawhi just gonna pop the Primal just to get a little bit more stall there.
And there comes Super with the High Noon. Is going to be able to pick off the Ana. Blue should be able to get it to at least the end of first phase here, and Red might be able to get a recontest if they just die right now.
That was a very good switch onto the Reaper by Applejuice. He was trying to play on the Widowmaker there, but just wasn't getting anything done. So now he switched onto the Reaper, and they were able to push right through the cart.
Reaper just looks like he's going to camp out this corner to see if they do try for the recontest, but Red is going to decide not to and just try to fight them here and hold this choke if they can.
And they're gonna
there
get it
comes the blade out from Seagull, going to be able to take out Apple, trying to chase the Ashe, or the McCree here.
Male Ashe, there you go. Close enough.
It's hard to tell them through silhouettes, okay?
I mean, there we go.
Characters are hard.
Oh, there you go. And the Diva Bomb.
Diva Bomb for new mech again. Still, I think it's a good trade actually, being able to get 2 out of that.
Both tanks. I mean, Seagull just cracked open the opposing Diva mech at just the right time. I mean, this is a really
Blue
good
being
game.
stalled out just a little bit again by this Red team. Their aggressive dives are really messing with them here.
But they do have a chance to come back here.
Ravnica right there being able to pick off Seagull, but Red Hawk is just anti right now, so not going to be able to help his team. Apple gonna pick off 2, 3, make that 4, counting the Diva mech.
So 3.5.
The red Lucio booped the Reaper right into his own team whenever he started doing his ult. So that was kind of crazy there.
That's
almost kind of like the what was it, the whenever you would nano blade the Reaper whenever you got
the Beyblade meta.
The Beyblade meta, yeah.
Long before my time. Oh jeez.
right after my time, or right before my time. I joined in season 3, and I believe Beyblade was season 2.
Lucio killed right before his ult.
And
you got killed right in midair.
You know, blue team's just gonna keep on rolling this point along here. They haven't been stopped since they turned this around.
Blue kind of looks like a new team from what they were in the beginning of this game, to be honest with you. Kind of just retaking control of this game, have a lot of momentum going in their way. Red hasn't really made any counter picks so far to try to stop them. I would have probably switched to like a Brig or something a while ago.
Not even that. Get off the Winston on the side of Red. I mean, you can play around the Reaper. That is possible, but it just looks like you're falling right into the wrong spots and getting picked off by him. You're jumping right into him almost. You can't be having that. You gotta get something going.
Big. Oh, and that Genji Blade was just taken apart by Apple Juice there on the Reaper. Now this fight is starting to break apart. That's a big Diva Bomb overhead.
Red just needs more consistent damage right now. Blue has the McCree and Reaper, with then the McCree just being as good as he is and being able to pump out as much damage as he currently is. It's just both of the DPS alone pump out more damage than both of Blue's combined or Red's combined right now. So I mean, I would say they probably need to switch up the DPS to maybe a McCree of their own to try to counter the Reaper a bit.
If you're not going to swap the DPS, maybe get a Zen in there. Like, get a Zenyatta. That way you make that minimal damage you do have mean more. That's kind of the reason why it was run with Dive for so long. The Discord's powerful.
I do agree with that statement right there. Blue has swapped to a Zarya now. Richie has swapped to a Zarya Winston, so... Oh, we have a lag. That's a rip.
That is
like Ravnica will get the DC, and this is the chance for Red to try to retake control here.
And they're going to do that very quickly.
They're just going to sub in Vuvani here, but that's still going to lose them with quite a bit of ult charge and all the momentum they had built up.
He did have ult.
And now they'll have a Reinhardt Zarya here.
But they do have Nano Blossom ready, Nano Noon, you know, or if you really want to get frisky, Nano Coalescence.
This is a really they're just looking to get into big brawls here with the Reinhardt Zarya and the Reaper right there. They're really looking to go right into that red team whenever they dive on top of them and just take them apart. So let's see if they can do that here.
We'll get the anti there at least to get the Lucio a little bit along with the
Takmata playing a bit of a red at Lucio, popping sound barrier to save himself. Apple gonna pick up 2 there.
Yep, and
Vuvani's gonna pin a 3rd.
Right
I'm gonna get the Ana, but we'll at least get some charge for the Zara.
It doesn't look like that them losing their Ana though will matter, because Blue just has so much momentum right now.
They also have the Moira right on the cart as well.
I don't think that Red will be able to retake here. Well,
speaking
I don't want to speak too soon, actually.
Yeah, it looks like they're about to take.
They might be able to retake.
Popping up. There's the Coalescence coming out by Hawk, and you do have the Nano coming in on the side of Blue. If they can survive.
And Kawhi's going to be coming out with Primal. There it goes. He's going to pop to get back to point fast.
Yeah, but they just
Red Hawk is going to take out 2, though.
DPS Moira.
All they have to do is take him out, and there it goes. Red will actually pull out the victory here.
Wow, that was a big turnaround of events right there by Red. Displayed a lot of good teamwork right there.
I'd say it looked a little shaky there for a bit, but they managed to get around it. And of course, Seagull on that Genji is going to be getting play.
Has he had 2 or 3 plays now, just in this 5-map series?
I believe that's 2. on Kings and this one, both of the payload maps.
Yeah, he's had really good games so far. Really good showing.
But I mean, now we're going to head into map number 5, second control point. Which, I about to say, I kind of forgot. I won't lie, I kind of forgot.
See, Chubby, this is why we need a hashtag killer for board. Everybody in this stream, advocate for it. I think that everybody's just leaving right now.
I think so, and I think that might be the... let's see, we could potentially get at least... I don't know what's happening. Because we have 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 8. 1 and 2 more. There we go. I don't even know who Layrod is. They're not even high enough level to play in the league. That it might be
barely high enough to play comp.
Yeah, about to say.
You know what? I'll just tell Ridhawk to throw me in. Why not?
Can you dig it? Suck it. Wrestling. But there we go. We got a full group real quick. There we go. Sliding back in there real quick. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Go. Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey, hey. Another one bites the dust.
Another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust.
And this is how we get kicked off YouTube.
I want to go watch that. I do want to go watch the movie that came out.
I got to see it. It was really good. Like, really good. As we got a little bit of downtime, yeah, it was a really good film. I highly recommend it. I honestly want to see it again.
What's funny is where I live, we have our regular theater, and then we have this thing that's like only 21 plus theater. You can only be 21 or older. And I looked up the times, and I didn't notice it was only for the 21 and over theater. Because the 21 and over theater is where you can like get drunk there. Like you can like get drunk and watch a movie. It's actually pretty radical, I've heard. So then I'm like 19. So then like I bought the tickets, and they didn't even ID me. I go inside the movie theater. I'm like, this is the 21 and over theater. I was like, and I walk in there, and they're like, are you 21? And I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm sorry, don't arrest me, please. I didn't know. It was really funny. I was like getting ready to like call my mom and be like, Mom, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to jail. I'm so sorry.
I mean, the theater we saw it in, it was a nice new one they built near my college. It has like the recliners, and it has like the Pizza Hut and stuff in the movie theater, sort of thing.
Yeah, the city where I live in has one of the biggest movie screens in the world, actually, and let me tell you, like, it's absolutely massive. Like it's an IMAX, and it's like it's so big that it's stupid for you to make a screen that big. Like it actually gets to the point where you're just like flexing on them people. Like,
oh yeah, we have one of those near, but it's like at a museum.
Oh
our
yeah,
state.
this one actually shows like whenever Star Wars comes out, I always go to that IMAX. Like it's stupid expensive. It's like $20 a ticket, but like
Worth.
it's but like whenever you watch Star Wars on those screens, it's like, oh my gosh, kind of cool.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of like going to watch movies, so.
Yeah,
But
more
then
of a
again,
Netflix kind of person.
Basically,
yeah, I really only buy Netflix once a year, and that's just to watch Stranger Things. But they didn't even do it this year, so kill me.
But I mean, here we go. Now we can focus back on the game of Overwatch. As here we go, Nepal. This is definitely a map. That's
Well,
about all
thank you.
That's about all I got, to be honest.
It's definitely a map. Oh, wow, we.
Oh boy. Oh well, shoot. There goes Disney now. Disney, please no.
God dang it, Chubby, why you gotta do this?
Now we're just waiting to see the teams, what they'll be able to pull out. Here we have Double Off Tank, Brig, the Shamadas. Oh, well. Okay, never mind.
And, that happened.
And a Bullet. We're going to just play it off naturally. On the other end, we're going to have McCree, Tracer, Messiana, and Ryan Zarya. Pretty generic comp. However, at this point, it's a bit out of the way. I mean, this is literally one of the best hook and pull maps you can have in the game by any stretch of the imagination, right behind Ilios. Well, so I mean,
Red team coming out without a shield tank though, so we'll have to see what they how they do here with the Hog Diva.
I mean, I think they're just going for early picks. That's kind of their goal. Break down the shield, then pull someone in.
Yep.
Just
Also, Siegel coming out with his Genji, of course. Always nice to see him on that Genji, and he's getting a pick right on Yellow Nova.
Early pick at him. To be
Siegel
honest,
will fall though, and Yellow Nova will end up getting res. So Vuveni's just
trying to
gonna
get back.
jump off the map.
Like he got caught right in that little weird spot, like up on the pole, that little ledge. You hear the little windows over there. He got caught. He's just like, there was nowhere to go. Mudded.
Kakmata AFK, I guess.
Just. I hope we don't see another DC here.
We are seeing.
No, he's moving again.
There we go.
Yellow Nova
Mercy by
getting 2
herself.
picks while he was gone though.
They're just firing away from the back lines.
Nope, looks like Kakmata is back. Both.
I'm not a big fan of control points, but this map is definitely one of my favorites just because you can essentially go from anywhere and with any team comp on it. It's a very fun map to play on. So, I mean, normally I would see, you would like to see the Orisa Hog because it's a pull map. And those are always fun to see, but.
Oh, Genji Blade coming out.
There you go.
See
nice.
if he can get anyone.
Grab. Actually gonna give the opponent. That's just the curse in this league, it seems like. Most of the times we've seen a grab come out in this league, the other team ends up taking advantage more than the team that pulled it. It's a really strange phenomenon.
Banana.
Damn it, we're gonna get so many copyright strikes by the end of this, to be honest. Just waiting. Jesus H. Christ.
This has been a very back and forth point here so far, though. Both teams at around 40%.
Kawhi gonna try for the flank hog right now. Yellow Nova able to get the high noon off on Lucio right before he drops the beat.
Oh, there you go.
Red just trying to gather their team here as Blue's just running right through them right now.
Ravnica getting the pulse ball off on Bullet.
Ooh, that's a scary.
Kog'Mawda's gonna fall here.
Just pulling all their ults out right now. A Diva Bomb.
A lot of ults coming out, but Blue looks like they will keep it, even though from what it looks like, Red used 3 ults there. They are gonna come up on Dragon Blade though, and Seagull does have good Dragon Blade so far. We'll see if he can pull anything out of that though.
Genji Blade coming out. Doesn't get anyone so far. Oh, gets one. But that will be rezzed. This fight's kind of all over the place, where one fight's happening on point and one's happening near the doors. But it looks like Blue's going to keep it here.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the end of overtime.
Kog'Mawda's gonna have Shatter just in case, but I don't think Red wasn't able to get the recontest anyways, so.
Okay. They're still going with the Hog Diva here on the red side, but now they have a Junkrat. So this is going to be interesting. Early pick for the Junkrat. Looks like Red's going to take over here. I guess just the sheer damage that's coming out of the Red team is just taking control of this fight. With the Hog, with his hooks, and the Diva bursting, and the Junkrat and the Genji. Just a lot of damage coming down onto this Blue team, and they weren't able to take control.
Random charge coming in. Lucio boofs him out of the way before he's able to hit anybody though. Blue team will be coming up on Grav, and they're also going to have Pulse Bomb to try to combo with it. But Red is going to have the defensive ult with Lucio. Two picks by Kog'Mawda. That should allow them to take this point here.
Rez coming in for Red, but I don't think that's really going to diffuse the situation they have here. Genji Blade coming out on
weird grab, but
stopped out the Red team, I guess. And that looks like it's going to be point taken for Red. I mean for Blue. Hammer down onto the solo Diva. Oh, and that's a ult by a Hog there. He's just trying to push them out of the point there, but didn't really come up to anything. This fight's all over the place. I don't really know who's where or what's going on. Vuvini got two in this fight. Looks like it's going in Red's favor though, as they have more people. Genji Blade gets one, and that's going to be a cleanup right there. Oh, and that's a whole bunch of ults coming out there in favor of blue right here, and it looks like they're going to take it.
There you go. Blue is going to make some kind of comeback here. Going to take the point again.
Using that hog right on top of the Zarya and the Reinhardt here.
Ooh,
Very aggressive hammer down.
A beat drop will be popped in instinct to that, but the hog is already down, and I do think that red should try to get a main tank here.
Yeah, I don't think it's really working. They aren't able to take all the damage that's coming out from this blue team whenever they go forward.
That's why I personally like, if you're gonna run the double off, run the hog, because at least then with the Zarya, you get free charge, and if they do get in a bit of trouble, they have the self heal on top of the healers, so you know.
Oh, blue has a lot of people down right now, and red just kind of has free reign to charge in if they can. Junkrat going around on the flank to the support and kills. Wow, just whenever I thought that blue is going to take this, red has taken it right back in their own favor, and it's at 99 and the
Blue's
overtime's
trying to see
down.
back to point. Kakmon is trying to shield the shield
No,
jump, but I don't think it was worth it right then to try that. I think that he should have just rushed a point there.
A little slow on the rebound. They got caught there, but that's fine. You know, there's now map 3, and of course, who doesn't like a map 3? I mean, of course, if you're the team that it affects, you're probably kicking yourself in the rear, but it gives us more action to watch, you know? Ouch, as my shoulders hurt.
Just be glad we've moved on from the nano blade every fight, so.
I would like to see a Pharah on this point, but it doesn't look like either of the teams are using a Pharah, but a Pharah can be very effective on this capture.
And neither team's running a hit scan, well, besides Tracer, but
What's a Tracer going to do to a Pharah, but looks like they're going to be still running the 2 off tanks for the red, so let's see if they can pull it out like they did last round.
I mean, it did work for them last round.
By the skin of their teeth, yes, but it did work. I will give them that.
It's kind of a back and forth fight right now as it looks like red does have control. Blue is just trying to stall it out here. Trying to gain back control, but dying one by one. That's going to be a red capture. Percent building. Got a Battle Mercy coming out by Awesome Eliza. I love to see that. Who cares about healing whenever you can shoot people?
Exactly. Red is 92% to grab.
Oh, now
They
she's
should
going to get
have it
caught.
for this fight to try to help keep this point. There we go, they have it now. He will die though with it.
That is a res coming out. Very impressive res by Awesome Eliza, but barely gets caught out. That's a capture by blue here. I do like the swap from the Mercy to the Moira from Awesome Eliza. I think they need that extra healing coming out because they're taking so much face damage just right up front without the shield tank. Hope it can work out for them, but it looks like that they're kind of stalled out right now as they're dying one by one. Very aggressive charge from Blue. I think he's going to get caught out here. Oh,
huge
he hammers
shatter
down everybody. Never mind. He's still going in.
I
He
don't
wants
think that
kills.
it'll matter
It looks
though.
like he's
That
gonna
B
die.
drop saved them very hard there. Richie with somehow getting the res off in the enemy's backlines, but Kakamata will probably just fall again. Yeah, there it goes.
While all of this is happening, though, percent is building for Blue right now. Red's just not able to break through that choke and get to the point because of all this craziness that is going on. But it looks like they're finally going to get it.
They're going to regain it once again. They have Grav, Bomb, Tire, and Blade. They have a lot to use here.
Yeah. Looks like Blue might just get a Earth Shatter with a Ana ult coming out, but we'll have to see if they can get that off.
There goes
They
Grav.
grab the Reinhardt.
Blade
Doesn't
is
really
not able to
contact
be
it,
comboed, and here comes Tyre seeing if he can get anything. The Yellow Nova
Ooh.
shutting down both offensive ults there.
Big Earth Shatter. Wow, that was massive, but they're getting picks off of that right away. It looks like that's going to be a point captured by Blue. This is really back and forth here. This is good Overwatch.
They didn't take it.
Oh,
Yeah.
lost a little bit of percentage there. Oof.
Both teams have 70% on this point. I think the winner of this next fight is going to determine who wins this map here.
Apple got the sleep on the Doomfist. I think that he might try to kill him though, but Apple will be able to take out the Doomfist.
That's a big...
Kakamata playing point while the rest of his team plays choke right now.
I don't think they're going to be able to get to the point here. Brett's just kind of sitting there.
And the nice grab.
Barely got
step.
overtime.
There you go. Gonna quickly.
Oh,
get
is this going to be a C9?
Oh, almost.
Oh,
just
no.
barely not able to
That is a
capture
full
it.
circle right there. Wow.
Just that little tiny bit in the middle there. It's just.
Oh no, and I think Blue's going to win this round right here as they just kill the Genji. And that is going to be it right here for Ilios. That is it.
And the team hit on the point as well.
Red for the whole day had been kind of controlling the games, but Blue really pulled it out there at the end. Really impressive there.
Like right at the very end, they've managed a way to pull it out. So I'll give them that. There you go, the nice little swing the hammer. Hit the hammer.
If you hold R2 long enough, you will hit something.
Well, he hit 3-somethings and killed them in the middle of that, so that's a pretty good play. That's all you gotta do. Smack things in the face with your hammer of justice. Big F, but that's going to be the end of this scrim. I don't know, or at least us recording it anyway. So we'll have to wait and see.
It was a
Continues.
nice showing by both teams. A lot of people stepped up today. Very good, guys.
They did. And I would like to thank Killer and Black Spades for joining me here.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
But with that is going to be the end of the stream. I hope y'all enjoyed. Keep an eye on the channel for league games and all the like coming up soon. But until next time, this
Spades
is
out.
the Overwatch League of Champions signing out.